One summer's evening, on the train bound for nowhere, I met up with a gambler, both too tired to sleep. So we took turns. Is that fucking camera on? Out the window. What a tune! Epic cycling tune. If you're not into this cycling tune, you just listen to the words. I'm pretty sure it was written about the Ross. People's faces, knowing what the cards are written by the way they held their eyes. Hope the cycling goes well. Don't think we're going to make it on X Factor. What's going on? How is everybody? Best place to go for a training camp? That's a question I got. Actually, before I jump into that, here's a quick little tour of our room. So this is base for the World Championships over in Canada. We're staying in Milton, Ontario. It's a little bit outside the city, but we're not doing much, only, as I said in the last video, commuting from the hotel to the velodrome, to the hotel, to the velodrome. So not a whole pile to do, but here's our hotel room. I'm rooming with Peter. So 2 beds, very romantic, decent TV, haven't turned it on yet, wardrobe, none of our clothes are there, they're all in a pile in the corner, fridge, the all important coffee machine. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to show you the bathroom. Fuck it, I will show you the bathroom. Not much going on in there. Any self-respecting cyclist, V's. So yeah, back to the training camp. Where is the best place to go for a training camp? I've been all over the world. I've been in Mallorca recently, brought you some vlogs from there. It was the start of our beautiful vlogging career. I would have to say my favourite place to go for a training camp, it's Girona. It's just really, really tough to beat Girona. Girona, for anyone that hasn't been, it's in Catalonia. You fly into Barcelona, take a train down, and it's just, for me, it's cycling paradise. It has that great combination of flat roads, short climbs, long climbs, spins by the sea, and then when you finish inside a cool medieval town. So for me, I love Girona. So thanks for the question on that, because I know a lot of you guys are thinking, where should you head off as soon as the weather? As soon as you get a bit of good weather. It's weather all year round in Mallorca. Girona, it's not brilliant around now if you're going. I'd probably leave it another couple of months, but it's worth the wait. Next question. How should you deal with saddle sores? Well, I would say that, I can't even remember who this question's from, I didn't write it down. I think I was going to say Adam. This came in again on YouTube. Dealing with saddle sores is probably secondary to trying not to get saddle sores. The best way to avoid getting saddle sores, when you get in from your session, take your chamois off straight away. Don't sit around in your chamois. Try to minimize the time stopped in coffee shops sitting in your chamois, especially if it's a wet day. But when you get home, take your cycling kit off immediately. Team Ineos even brought into their back in Sky when they brought this in. They were washing people's cycling kit in separate washing machines to stop the spread of that bacteria. I would definitely advise washing your kit after every session. It seems common sense, but you wouldn't believe how many people think they can get a second wear out of a chamois. You absolutely cannot. It needs to be washed, and it needs to be washed at 60 plus degrees to get that bacteria out of it. So prevention is definitely the first part. There is some chamois creams on the market. I know Dave Zabritsky's one, D's Nuts, it has some antibacterial stuff built into it. I think the Assos one does as well. That's important, just keeping the area down there, the down there area. We call it the undercarriage. We call it the bars. No, we call it the undercarriage. Bars is a bit grim. Keeping it clean and hygienic. If you're traveling after a race or after an event and you can't get access to a shower, at least baby wipes, antibacterial wipes, to make sure it's just, you're not getting time for saddle sores and bacteria to creep in. So prevention is better than cure. If you do happen to get one, to be honest, are pretty grim. Take time off the bike, don't try and ride through it, try and let air get at it, keep it clean, keep it sterilised. Pseudo cream helps a little, but yeah, the main thing on it is prevention. This one comes in from Brian on Twitter. Giro or Tour de France? The Giro's better to watch. The Giro really is better to watch. It's crazier, epic long climbs, but so my head says Giro, but my heart says Tour. I grew up watching the Tour de France, watching Big Mig and then the Armstrong years, and I've always had fond memories. We used to go over there with a couple of buddies when I was really getting into cycling, and we used to have a little training camp in Alpe d'Huez. Actually, we used to stay in Les Alpes. Amazing memories, some of my best cycling memories of those days, staying in Les Alpes with the lads. And then recently, last year, I went over with Sarah and we did an amazing time at the Tour. Camped, got to see the Roubaix stage, camped up the top of Alpe d'Huez, got to see that. So yeah, the Tour just has more fond memories for me. But if you're picking one to go or to just watch on TV, I would say the Giro is more entertaining. Dean was asking how come on a fasted ride food I eat just before the ride isn't processed and doesn't get to the muscles, but food I eat during the ride does get to the muscles. Very good question, and the answer is insulin. So insulin is a storage hormone. It's not a bad hormone, but its role among other things is storage. So when insulin is present in the system, it sends a signal to the body to store the food that's being eaten or processed at that time. So when you're training or exercising, insulin is neutralized, so it's not stored and it's used up immediately. Was a good question from Keen though. I always get people saying all the time, oh, it's really cool you get to go to Toronto and race, and when I was full-time got to go to all these places and race. But I'll show you the extent of what I'm going to see at Toronto for the next week, definitely before the race. So my hotel is here behind me. We're eating dinner just across here in this building. So I have this car park and that's it. That is all I will see of Toronto.